How to stop being nervous in your conversations. My name is Saad from Confident Conversations. In this video, we're going to be focusing on removing your nerves when speaking, when engaging in conversations. So, point number one is to spend less time planning and more time practicing. Now, this may sound unusual or counterintuitive or redundant. Why would you advise practicing less? Preparing less. Because you want to be practicing more. Too much time in the theoretical, planning, researching. That's not going to help you as much as just putting the practice in. I recall when I was younger, I used to spend so much time researching about working out what is the best workout splits, what are the best exercises, the best rep ranges, the best food, the duration of the workout, the intensity, all this time in theory. But how much time was actually spent at the gym and just lifting the weights and working hard? You see, sometimes we give ourselves this intellectual boost. Oh, I've done the research, I've made a plan, it's all good and well, but you haven't put in the practice. Go out there and get the work done. Put the reps in. So, point number one, spend less time planning, and more time practicing. Now, you may want to actually give yourself a deadline. I'm going to spend no more than 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour researching, planning, but the rest of the time, it can be 3 hours or 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I'm just going to practice, practice, practice. That's extremely helpful because you're going to first try it out. You're going to look back and find out what your mistakes are. Maybe you're going to do a little bit more research, a little bit more fine tuning. You'll be able to do a gap analysis because you've done your conversing, your speech, and you've realized actually there's some mistakes here. So put the time in to practice and less time planning. Point number two, to deal with your nerves, is to focus on the other person. So when you're a nervous speaker, you're going to be anxious, you're going to be scared, and that's going to result in you mumbling, muttering, and there's a lack of clarity in your speech. What you should be doing, what any great converser does, is they make sure they are focusing on the other person. Talk to them, ask them open-ended questions, questions about their interests, their hobbies, their passions, and be a good listener. So that results in actually you talking less and listening more. That shifts the weight from you to the other person. And so that's going to help reduce your nerves and your anxiety when speaking. Point number three, to work on your anxiety and nerves is to focus on repetition. Now, in point number one, we did talk about practice. So if you have a particular pitch or presentation, you want to make sure you're putting the practice in. But repetition is slightly different. You want to be making sure you're talking, you're conversing as much as possible. You're doing as many presentations as possible. You're doing as many pitches as possible to get the reps in. Focus on repetition. The more you practice in different environments, in different contexts, with different people, the better you will get. Now, of course, you may be nervous. You may be thinking, I may not do so well. What will the other person think? Fight those negative thoughts. Focus on making sure you are improving, providing value, and focus on the person you wish to be. And plan out your day, your week. Look at different situations you can be in, which may help you in your goal. What are some opportunities you can do, perhaps at work during lunchtime, or when you're with your colleagues, just introduce, your morning small talk, or in the meeting, that sort of icebreaker where everyone's chatting about their week. Focus on engaging in those conversations, and that will help with your anxiety As you practice, you will get better.